We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next. Welcome back to the Daily Helpline. Now, before we started the show, the audience sent in a couple of questions, and one in particular caught us a little off guard. So we wanted to bring Zane to the stage so that we could have a chance to talk about this. So please welcome Zane to the show. Thank you so much, Zane. Okay, so tell us all this question.
Okay, so I've been dating a girl for about a year and a half now, and we have a great relationship. Basically, when it's the two of us, it's awesome when we're by ourselves. But when we go out to parties or public events, she gets really jealous of other women. And, you know, at a party, if I'm talking to another girl at the party, even briefly, just a normal, friendly conversation, she gives me a hard time about it. She kind of scrutinizes what I do on Facebook, like my female friends, even ones that I've had for years that I've always just been friends with. She gets really jealous about it. And, you know, it's like, on the one hand, we have this great relationship going, but on the other hand, this is really hard, and this has been just kind of a tough thing to deal with. And also, just even when I'm working by myself, you know, she's checking in on me all the time with text messages. Are you really doing what you say you're doing? Are you really working right now? Are you really where you said you are? You know, where were you at 6:30 last night? And so it's just this kind of, how can I get her to basically just trust me more and be more relaxed out in public?
So let's don't talk about her as much. I think that may be a factor, but I want to talk more about you.
Okay.
And how you're showing up in this thing, because there's always two parts. Even if you've got somebody that is dealing with their own insecurities, it's how are you or are you not making her feel secure?
You know, she wants to be in contact a lot by phone, either calling or texting, to just kind of know that I'm doing what I say I'm doing. And it's like I've kind of gone along with that, and I have been, okay, I'm doing this now, this is my plan for the evening, you know, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow if we're not doing something during the day, this is where I'm going, and this is what I'm going to do. So that's one way in which I've tried to make her feel secure.
Is this the first time that you felt smothered by somebody?
To this extent. I would say I had one other girlfriend in high school that was also pretty intense, but this is a level that I've never experienced before. I've previously been in relationships with someone who was very independent, and I tend to be a pretty independent guy, that I like to have a lot of time by myself. And I do a lot of creative stuff, and I sort of need that alone time to be creative. And in the past, I've usually dated someone that was sort of similar in the sense that she needed time by herself, and it was really okay for us to be apart, you know, and away from one another, and then come back together and catch up a little bit. But we didn't need to keep tabs on one another, you know. We didn't need to always know what the other person was doing.
I'm curious as to what it is that's making you stay.
Well, I think there's a few factors. One of them is, you know, I was a full-time student before I was in graduate school. I just graduated from there. There's been a lot of instability in my life and a lot of things that are changing and shifting really rapidly. And so I think part of it is just that this is something that I just want to keep stable, you know. It's something that I kind of want to hold on to because everything else is kind of going crazy, and I've been moving a lot. I mean, I just moved to Los Angeles a few years ago from New York, and there's just been a lot of life changes.
Okay, stop, because that's enough right there. And let me just say this. You don't hold on to a relationship because you need one thing to be stable in your life. You hold on to a relationship because of how you feel about that person, where it is that you're trying to go with them, and because you see yourself having a future with them. You're not doing yourself any service, and you're not doing her any service. And so if that's where the motivation is, then she's probably really keying in on, I'm not really that interested. My focus is not on you. My focus is on, I need an anchor, because everything else is crazy, so you're the anchor. So of course she's not going to feel stable in that. And then if she has her own issues already too, I mean, it's just really just compounding. So I really think that the answer here is that you have to do some soul searching. If you have a person that has trust issues, that has insecurity issues, and you're just dating, you have to decide, is this relationship of enough value? And not the anchor piece, but is she and what I'm trying to build in this thing, is it enough that it's meaningful for us to continue this, or perhaps should we just have a friendship because this is not really the relationship that I'm looking for right now? That's it. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you.
All right.
Thank you so much for
Thanks,
being
guys.
here. All right. We want you to stick around. There's more when we come back with the Daily Helpline. We'll be right back. We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next.